All right, guys, looking at a Briggs & Stratton Vanguard 20 horse. It's got a little over 500 hours on it. Had some issues with an oil leak, and I actually thought it was the oil drain hose here, and replaced that at the end of last season, and that did not. That was about 2 seasons ago, and that did not fix the issue. And so as I was cleaning it up last season, I think I identified where the crank seal, which I'm going to show you the replacement for, that could potentially be leaking. And so the typical process would be pulling the engine, but I read across some Briggs & Stratton forums, and people said you can pull the pulley stack underneath, drill 2 holes into the existing seal, and use like some self-tapping sheet metal screws to thread into those holes, and then just pull it down with like vice grips. Then I'm going to put that seal on. Here's the part number for my particular engine. And then I'm going to use some Schedule 80 1.5 inch pipe. And if you compare it, the OD is almost a perfect match. The ID of the pipe is just a little small, which will be perfect. That should help keep it centered to go back up onto the crank nice and evenly. And I just wanted to film this video quick because I'm sure there's just a ton of goop and oil underneath. I'm draining the oil out now, but I'll show you that pulley stack. You can see right there. So I'm gonna pull, that's a 5/8 inch bolt. There's the electrical connector to actually engage the belt. And we'll just see what we dig into, and I'll let you know. All right. Okay, so I had to pull that electrical connector there, pull the 5/8 bolt, and the lower pulley practically fell right off. Now there is like a locator belt keeper that I also had to loosen this bolt. That's a 9/16 inch bolt there. Loosen that, get that out of the way. There's a belt tensioner I was able to undo. And then this pulley right here was kind of stuck on there, but as soon as I got a pry bar behind it, I was able to lower it down. I thought I needed like a puller tool from like an auto store, and I got one, and it just didn't have enough reach. So I was prying on it, and it came right off. And there's our seal that we're going to remove. All right, so at this point, I did not film any further. I was covered in oil, but I took a drill bit and drilled 2 holes on opposing sides and threaded a sheet metal screw into the old seal. Used vice grips to then slowly pry it down. And they were kind of like needle nose vice grips, but you could probably make it work with just about anything. Once it came loose, because I had kind of pre-drained the oil, not much came out, but some more oil definitely came out there. So be prepared for that. So this is when you're going to use your 1.5 inch diameter Schedule 80 pipe. I got a 1-foot section off eBay for about $16. And make sure you get the orientation of your seal going correctly. You want the flat to be out. Walk it up over the crank towards the engine block, and then that final tap in will be with the Schedule 80 pipe. And this is kind of the final picture with the seal installed. So you're just going to do the reverse of your disassembly. Put your pulley stack back on, and make sure your connectors, electrical connectors, back up. And yeah, you should be good to go. I did 1 mowing with this, and it seems like the oil leak's all cured. So we should be good for another few hundred hours.